Hey, welcome to Get Ready for Calculus. This is Skill 12, Long Division. We're looking at the rest of the skill. We've already done the Remember How. This skill's a lot like the Completing the Square skill in that it's really not something we do a lot of in calculus. It's just it happens occasionally, maybe really on one specific type of question. And if you can remember how to do it and get it back into your head, that'll just be one less thing to worry about while you're actually working on calculus. So here we have a pretty high degree polynomial divided by x cubed minus 3. And so what we want to be careful about, we're going to divide by that x cubed minus 3, is that we want to go ahead and include zeros for all of our terms that are missing. Like we don't have a fourth degree, we don't have a third degree, there's our x squared, we don't have an x degree, a 1 degree, and so on. So I'm going to use a little magic technology and scoot this down just a little bit. All right. So here we go. How many times will x to the third go into x to the fifth? Well, it leaves x squared. So then we're going to multiply that back by that front part, and we get x to the fifth, and then minus 3x squared. And so it ended up, those zeros ended up not mattering. We just want to be careful. Now we're going to subtract off that particular what we just multiplied, and so the x to the fifth cancel out. Be careful, we have a minus and a minus, so that becomes plus 3x squared. So 1 plus 3 is 4x squared. Then we bring down the 0x. Now it is somewhat of a coincidence that these 0x's didn't matter. The problem could have been dividing by an x squared, and then we would have had an x to the third answer and put it here. So just be really careful about whenever you're missing terms that you put zeros in there. All right, now how many times will x to the third go into 4x squared? It actually won't, right? It's bigger. So we're already to the remainder here. I'm going to go ahead and drop that minus 1 to join it as well. So I'm going to have a remainder of plus, and then we have 4x squared minus 1. You don't need the 0x now, divided by what you were originally dividing by. And that is the answer right there on top. You may have learned synthetic division. Synthetic division won't work the way we want it to whenever we're dividing by things that have a bigger power than just an x. All right, so let's continue to work on long division. We're going to divide by x squared plus 1 into 4x to the fourth plus 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 7. All right, x squared will go into 4x to the fourth, 4x squared times. We're going to multiply that out. 4x to the fourth plus, oh, looky here, plus 4x squared. It goes over here. We've got to line up our like terms. So we're going to subtract all that, bring down that 3x to the third. The 4x to the fourth cancel out. Now watch, it's minus positive 4. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2x squared. Okay, so we're ready to keep going. I don't need to drop anything else down at the end. We already dropped down that 3x cubed. So now how many times will x squared go into 3x cubed plus 3x? We're going to multiply that out. 3x to the third plus, oh, no, we got to line it up. So plus 3x will go over here. I'm going to subtract all of that. Cancels out, bring down that negative 2x squared, and then be careful, we have a minus x minus a negative, or minus a 3x, so that's going to be a minus, and hold on a second, yeah, so that's going to be a negative 4x. All right, almost there. So how many times will x squared go into negative 2x squared? It'll go in negative 2 times. That's negative 2x squared minus 2. We're going to subtract that. Cancels out. We have that negative 4x. And then we have 7 minus negative 2 is plus 9. So there's my remainder. I'm going to say plus negative 4x plus 9 all over x squared plus 1. Oh, that was pretty complicated. So there you go. All right, 2 more. This is just an x to the fourth, so we're going to have to go ahead and give it a lot of placeholders. and figure out what we need out of those placeholders. And then we will divide by x plus 1. All right, so x plus 1 goes into x plus 4th x to the 3rd times. Multiply that out. All right, and now we see we need that placeholder. 0 minus x cubed is negative x cubed. Then we'll bring down the next 0x squared. X goes into that, minus x squared. Multiply it through. Subtract it. And we get a positive x squared. 0 minus negative 1 is plus x squared. Bring down that 0x. X goes into x squared. X times x squared plus x. Subtract it. We get negative x plus 0. And x will go into negative x minus 1 times. Multiply that through. Subtract it. And we get a remainder of positive 1. So plus 1 over x plus 1. All right, a lot going on there. That's kind of complicated. And one more long division problem to practice. A little more basic here, actually. X squared plus 3x minus 4 divided by x plus 4. You could use long division on this one, or synthetic division on this one. X goes into x squared x times. That's x squared plus 4x. Subtract, you get negative x. Bring down the minus 4. X goes into negative x, negative 1 times. Multiply that through, then subtract. And we actually get a remainder of 0, so there's no remainder. This was factorable, and the answer is just x minus 1. Okay, so that's a little intense. Fortunately, it's not a major part of calculus, but just one skill that you need. All right, tell me a math joke about... let's just really test it out. Synthetic division. Like, can it know what that is? I don't know. Certainly it does. Let's see what kind of joke it can do. Oh, it's thinking hard on this one. Why did the polynomial go to therapy? Because it was feeling divided and needed some synthetic division. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to leave that there. So that's just kind of weird. All right, so skill 12, long division. This is getting ready for calculus. Get ready for calculus. Good luck getting ready for calculus, and go to Pythagorean.com for videos and PDFs. Have a great day.